Congratulations, the 10th anniversary. How has it been leading up to the celebrations?
Celebrated our 10th anniversary on the 22nd of April. We pretty much just kind of pulled that date out of a hat. It was sort of informed by a few events that we knew had been going on when we founded this organization back in 2006. The death of a friend, the sort of getting together of a group of friends, of the solidifying of a group of friends that ended up then later conducting the first project under the name On the Spot, which was a radio show. And yeah, and the 22nd of April seemed like a fitting time sort of to tie all of that in. When we started, we had no idea that we'd end up here to where we are today, and I think reflecting back on that, because we've sort of been just moving forward since, you know, just going next milestone, next mission, next mountain, next challenge, next thing to do, next project, next person to work with, and being able to kind of when we sat down with the board earlier this year in January and went, oh God, we've hit 10 years. Are we going to celebrate it, and how are we going to celebrate it? And started then looking back at the 10 years since 2006. I think it was really beneficial to the team and to those that have been here for the long haul, and those that have just come in. It helped to kind of clarify why we do what we do, and bring that meaning or that mana or that spirit or something back into, you know, it's just not the daily grind and the bills that need to be paid next week and the whatever the windows louvers falling out, and there's that story that now everyone has a better understanding of and is contributing to now for the next, you know, the next role, the next 10 years. We were a group of friends, mixture of a couple of families, so some youth, some teenagers, and at the time there were a lot of dreams within that group of young people that we just didn't see any avenues available for us to achieve those dreams. And so we had hip-hop dancers, we had singers, we had visual artists, we were all from different villages. We met sort of by chance, so not through any affiliation with a particular school or a particular church or any village sort of things, as in how you sort of form your usual social networks, but we met by chance through a series of different kind of like community initiatives, and just kind of clicked. And I think one project we did all together before we started up this group was we joined a drama club that Ofa Likiliki started actually back in the day when she was still doing media and things, and she had a vision to create a feature film for Tonga, so she was training up a group of young actors at the time. And then of course we hit the year 2006, and there were strikes and all of this going on, but we redirected our attention because we found out about a grant that was available. Our drama club had since kind of dissolved, and we found out about a grant that we could get as young people, not as an organization, not as a company. We didn't have to be affiliated with anyone, just as young people ourselves. We could apply for this grant from UNESCO to do something, and the subject at the time that was being kind of handed out around the world as a challenge was for young people to talk about the MDGs, so the Millennium Development Goals, and that had been something that the world had agreed to back in 2000. But 2006, we hadn't, as young people, we hadn't heard Tonga talking about it. The proposal was to do a 10-week pre-recorded radio show. Each of the shows would not really just deliver facts, but bring people on air. So we had musicians, we had poets, we had street characters, we had mothers, we had students, and we had people from government and sort of people that had a bit more, I guess, responsibility in terms of like policy and things, coming and giving their understanding and background to each of the subjects. So the subjects covered like health and environment and like mortality and all sorts. And so it was a really good project for us to start with, because it was short, it was manageable, it was something that we could do and have fun with, and we were required to do a pre and a post evaluation of that, and we tied in kind of like other street activities to our radio program. So when we did the post survey to kind of see what had we gained, that 10-week radio show started before the city burnt down and continued after the city burnt down, and we lost our studio in that. We lost a lot of our gear. We lost a lot of our pre-recorded, the raw stuff, and so doing the evaluation after then meant a lot more to us, because we wanted to not only find out about the achievements of what had our show taught, but also just get a sense of where the community was at, and how did we ended up at this place where there'd been so much conflict and violence, and 80% of the town burns down, and just how we found ourselves sort of, I guess, lost a little bit, and there was a lot of
I think I was 12 when it started. Yeah, I'm 22 now. So I was 12, and I remember my first time being here. I was doing a painting of a tapa, and then I gave it to Eb, just a tapa. And then from there, Edby's like, man, you got talent, you should come around on the spot. And that's when it was still a radio show back then. And then from there, they did the Millennium Development Goals, where they're talking about ending poverty, equality of men and women, and these are all really good points that I think everyone should develop. And so from there, I just got hooked. From that painting, I didn't know.
And I've been on the spot for over 10 years, and my first experience of joining on the spot, it was 2007. And the reason I joined the group, because I want to inspire for a lot of artists and learn their skills, and I had to develop my work into inspiration for the culture of the Kingdom of Tonga.
Awesome, Malo. And Harry, in regards of your role, what is your role on behalf of On the Spot?
My role here on the spot is a theater actor, a dance performer, and also visual art and fine art design.
Cool. And just sharing your stories. 10 years. Congratulations! It's anniversary of bearing the the achievements, the experiences. Why do you think it's done so well?
Well, I like to dance because it inspired my inspiration of art. Even it's fun and good workout as well. But there are so many important things in the dances, like you have to learn the importance of the missing culture that we have not even found. But I joined here, so it's quite fun for me, and it's free. I feel free when I do kind of performs with the team.
And speaking about performing like modern dances from the cultural and traditional, how has it sort of made the youth sort of aware in regards of contemporary modern dance as to what traditionally we're known here for Tongan?
Well, I hadn't thought about that, but looking at the traditional, it's a very traditional dance, and it's the same thing all over till centuries and pass on. So it's nothing new. So I respect the traditional dance, but I like to a little bit mixed up with the contemporary dance to be show more influence to the audience to understand what we're trying to give them a message, or what kind of inspiration we're trying to show them to see in the future.
Cool. And how do you see On the Spot in the next 10 years for the future?
10 years in the future, I hope there will be more generation will inspire us as an influence. What we've been trying to build this youth, and we're hoping to see more of younger kids who wants to learn more way over what we're doing, and they will create more artwork than what we try to do this year.
Awesome. Aloha, Steev. Malo, thank you, Steev, for your time. So tell us in regards of your involvement for On the Spot.
I'm still of Tonga, Maka, and I'm a stage director. I've been working in New Caledonia for 19 years, no, for 17 years, and be here for 2 years now. So my involvement on this is to create a base on a theatre, is to give the opportunity to share ideas, to share our potential of living on Earth, to share also the involvement of our culture, especially in the Pacific, because we speak the same language in our movement, but we also speak the same language to each other.
Okay, and on here we've got some of the crew members here. We've got Ebonie, and of course our brother Nonga Nox, aka media guy. So in saying that, Ebonie and Nox, tell us in regards of what's happening in the next 10 years for On the Spot here in Tonga.
Go,
Okay,
bounce.
with the next 10 years, there will be lots of stuff coming up, lots of buildings that we're going to do.
We continue Mahina Arts Festival annually, every November, so it's a
Every year.
1 week event.
And also,
What are you building?
we are building something in that space, which is going to be our training center for some Shugyo style and
Martial
also
arts clubs,
theater classes, whatever classes we're going
Dance
to do here.
crews.
It's going to be in that space.
Because
And,
right now, if it rains, everything has to cancel.
But we're going to put up some roof here soon. Hopefully someone's going to help us to do that. And also our amphitheater, you know, like everyone's going to sit here like around 500,000
Up pay, it's going to go up.
Yeah, it's going to go up.
We're going to grow it out of trees, maybe?
And also we're going to do some whatever.
Some accommodation.
We do have
Wow, tourism.
We want to have an artist in residency program here at the Artspace. So part of the construction will be fitting in like small units so that professionals can come over.
Do workshops.
Islands.
This part is going to be renewed soon, so they're a bit old, but yeah.
Can't wait.
We're going to renew it soon.
For markets.
Yeah, and also there's an art cafe back there. We're going to open it soon, straight when we
Take
come
a
back
look.
from Guam, right there. It's closed.
Boom.
Can you open the cafe? And also from that cafe there will be a TV series coming out of, we have a little show that we're going to make on that, on that cafe, so hopefully like...
We have the gallery, we have the library, we want to open up like a homework space, so the container, refab the container as like a homework space for the kids.
If you want to go into that container, you'll be like blown away. There's lots of stuff there, but we're not going to show it to everyone. So otherwise, we're going to have lots of kids here. We're not ready for that anymore. We're going to get that ready first, and then.
Awesome, Nonga and Ebonie. So, in regards of the new future of On the Spot, I mean, are you very surprised that it's done so well over the 10 years, celebrating that?
Incredibly surprised, but yeah. Thankful for the journey.
It's been a good journey.
And what's been the key points in regards of over the years, celebrating 10 years now?
Key points, like key
things that have key achievements, highlights.
Key highlights. Probably one of the big ones that we're about to share again with an audience is our Tonga production. So that's our first professional theatre production telling a local story. It's in Tongan, and that was the best.
We do whakame stuff, but we don't really call that professional. So because we're doing professional theatre here. We're talking about professional theatre here.
Just like you, Nonga. Say pe, my love. Iyo.
Yeah, we have Polly. Polly, get up. Come on, Polly.
The circus dog usually she backflips, but
she can do backflips.
not on Saturdays. It's her day off.
What else? Yeah, we're gonna do some cleaning up today, straight after this.
You guys are gonna do some more music soon.
Oh yeah.
We had a music festival, the first one last year.
Yep.
That was massive. So creating a platform for the local musicians to write original things.
Yep.
We have less and less local bands now, so these guys are doing an ongoing music program now to bring that back.
Awesome. Yep. Looking forward to that. So is there anyone you want to thank in regards of your 10 years, celebration and whatnot?
We want to thank the owners of this property, Stefan Mete.
Yep. Lavinia Road all the way to Fiji.
Stefan Mete and his kids.
Malo apito Stefan Mete. And
all our partners.
And our partners over the years, especially to our current partners that are like holding out with us now. So we've got good support from the community at the BSP Bank.
Yep.
Who else? The French community, so the embassy, the Alliance Française here. They're real big supporters of culture.
All the artists.
All the artists, our board, Nonga, Bua,
The team.
Paula,
Naomi to Australia.
Naomi, Mema, this chick that came over. She's pretty cool.
Like everyone.
Polly the dog.
Polly the dog.
The list is massive.
That list is all.
Awesome.
You know who you are.